because we're going to take a look at graphing exponentials. So you're going to make another tab, title it Graphing Exponentials, then cut the page to the margin and then all the way down. Then in the middle of your page, or in the middle of 2 pages, copy that down. And then you're going to split into 4 equal parts. First, top left, it's going to be that. Pause the video and copy that down. That's the bottom. Top right, top bottom right. Alright, so all we're going to do is we're going to graph the exponential functions. To graph it, we're going to create a table. It doesn't matter what you do, just pick numbers close to 0. We're going to pick the same numbers. So let's go -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You're just guessing numbers. Then you're going to use those numbers to get your y by plugging it into the equation. So you take your calculator, you do 4 raised to the power of x, which in this case x is -3, and so forth, all the way down. Just replacing the x with whatever you put down. Put in the calculator, you go 4, then to the power of whatever it is, press enter. To make this into a fraction, if you need to, you're going to press math, enter, enter. Again, math, enter, enter. That's what I need to know how to do. So all I'm doing is plugging it in, just like I see it, math, enter, enter to get my fraction. All the way down. Listening check, color in the 0 in the x column. Color in the 0 in the x column. Once you get your y values, you're going to plot those points, and you want to plot at least four points, okay? You're going to plot at least 4 points. And I'm going to kind of pick the point size, matches, whatever is easy. So let's try -3 and 1/64. It's going to be hard to plot, so I'm going to skip that, and let me do 0. 0, 1, that's it. So 0, 1. 1, 4. 1, count 4. And you have to plot this exactly. No guessing. 2, 16, that's over my graph. So let me pick a smaller number. -1 and a quarter. -1, and then a quarter is just a little bit above. And -2 and 1/16 is really close to 0. Then join what you can see the curve doing. Don't forget to put arrows at the end. I forgot, and I'll come back and fix it in a little bit. And that's your sketch. And that's pretty much how you sketch your graph. Alright, so then looking at your next one, that's going to be a growth one. Looking at your next one, again, you're making up values. So let me pick -1.5, -1.25, -1, -0.5, 0, 0.25, 0.5, 1, and 1.5. Doesn't matter what values you pick, just something close to 0, because you can see the numbers are very, very big really quickly. Alright, so then plug it in where you see x in your equation. So 0.5 raised to -1.5. And you're going to do the same thing but with the calculator. So 0.5 raised to -1.5. And it's just going to repeat this. Now you can see math enter enter doesn't give me a fraction, so I'm just going to round. So and then 0.5 raised to on each time. And then whatever x value you pick every single time. Now I'm still showing you how to do this on the calculator so that when you're doing this in class you're not lost, but I am going to fast forward a little bit of the stage. And I keep checking math enter enter to see if I get a fraction back. Once you have all your points plotted, you're going to plot them, onto the graph. So again, just pick easy points that you're going to use. So -1 and then 2.8, that's 2. 2.8 is really close to 3, so that's about there. -1.25, so that's -1, and a little bit over -1 is only 2.3. -1, 2, that's easy. 0, 1, and again, those are probably enough, but again, just plot as many points as you probably can. And then you're going to make the curve to what the dots are doing, so you can see that it's doing something like this. Don't forget your arrows at the end. And I'm going back to fix the first one. Then B, the rate of change. If it's bigger than 1, it's growing. If it's less than 1, it's decaying. So you can see 0.5 is less than 1, so it's decaying. And you can also look at the graph from left to right. What is it doing? In this example, it's going down. So it's falling, it's decaying. Alright, let's take a look at another example. So again, and for the next 2 examples, I want to pick the same numbers for my x values: -1.5, -1, -0.5, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, and 3. And then I'll plug it in the calculator. Where I see x, I put my value. All right, now plus 4, I have to press the side arrow and then do plus 4, because if I don't do that, it'll do it on the top like this, and that's going to be wrong. So make sure you press the side value. Now to save me some time, even when you're in class, go back up to the original, press enter, and then just change your x value only to your new x value. Alright, so again, go back up using your arrow, press enter, go using the arrow, go change your x value every single time so it can be faster. So now you're doing it all the way down. Listening check, color in the x and y box in red under example 3. Press enter, go and change your x value, in this case it's 0. Then you're changing this one to 0.5. And just round to the nearest tenth, that should be pretty close. So you can see as x gets bigger, the numbers are increasing. So I can see that this is going to be a growth one. I know that because b is also bigger than 1. Alright, so once you finish doing this in your calculator, then you start plotting the points. You don't have to plot all of them, pick the easy ones to plot. I plot quite a few. So negative 1.5, that's about there, 4.7. And I'm going to check your graph to make sure that it's plotted correctly. So don't just copy what mine is at the end, okay? 0, 5, 0.5 and 5.1, 2 and 5.6, 3 and 6. Then make your line, your curve of best fit. So it's doing something like this. Don't forget your arrows. And you can see it's going from left to right. It's increasing, so it's growth. And that's because b is bigger than 1. You can see b, which is right next to the exponent, is 1.25. It's bigger than 1. That means it's growing. That's going to be a question for sure. All right, so take a look at another question. Don't forget to put -6. I forgot that in the original video. Copy your x's. Plug into the calculator. So 2, anytime you have a fraction, don't forget you put parentheses in the calculator. So whatever your x value is, this one is negative 1.5 divided by 2, close parentheses. Then press the right arrow so it doesn't do that. -6, and then just write it down. So now I'm going to come back up, press enter, change the negative 1.5 to negative 1, press enter, and so forth, all the way down. All I'm changing is the x. I'm not changing the divided by 2 because the x is above the divided by 2. So all I'm doing is changing the x value. So in this case it's 0. So I go delete 0, divide by 2. Okay, so that's how you do it in class, and it's a little bit faster. So again, once you plug in all your numbers, you can plot your points. And you don't have to do as many points as I'm doing. I'm just like really doing a lot of points. This is a listening check. Color in the box 2, -4. 2, -4 right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and plot it. So negative 1.5 is around there. Negative 5.4, about there. Negative 1, negative 5.3. You can see it's just going up by 0.2. 0, -5, that's an easy one. 1, negative 4.6, about there. 2, -4. And again, I'm checking your points. I'm telling you right now, if you just drew a curve somewhere that looks like this, you're going to get it wrong. It better be the right points. Alright, so this is growing because it's going from left to right, which means b is greater than 1. So the number next to the exponent. So look at the exponent, number next to it, that's 2. It's bigger than 1, it's growing. And that's pretty much it. So let's practice.